Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of self-defense lessons against creepy Kuva-infested stalkers, otherwise known as a Warframe video! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. The new patch 26 has dropped, and with it, we now have our very own handy-dandy professional stalker that will do everything in their power to make your life a living hell. As a side note, you can only get this started once you've completed the War Within, so just before we go anywhere further, because before people got going, but I can't find them in the comments, that's why. Make sure you've gotten to the War Within, you silly sausage. These Kuva-infested beasts are a fun new addition to the game, and in this video, we're going to be looking at how you entice them to chase you. And then every element that goes into killing, capturing, and otherwise teaching these tyrannical, mottled fools a lesson for messing with a man in a top hat, and it's not a good idea to do so. This video is going to be as simple as possible, and although initially, from the outside perspective, these Kuva Liches do seem rather convoluted, they are in fact rather straightforward, and we'll show you why. So what are the Kuva Liches? The Kuva Lich is a Kuva infused Grineer that has been gifted by the Grineer Queens to become your personal butt chaser. These Liches, once latched onto your scent, will do their best to make your life a living hell, stealing your gear, taking over your universe, and you know, the usual maniacal evil villain kind of things. But how do we get our own Kuva pest? Well, it all starts by going to level 20 Grineer mission and hoping a Kuva Guardian spawns.
They will become leech or die.
If a Kuva Guardian does appear in a communication window, then it will spawn a Kuva larva into your mission. You then need to be the one to kill this larva, as it's the one who kills the larva that is then marked to get their butt stalked. Once the larva is killed, it does its best impression of Michael Jackson's Thriller, rises back from the dead, and then wanders off and will then be visible from your star map and also begin its degeneration of trying to ruin your world. For my best suggestion, if you really want to farm this out quickly, run Adaro solo on Sedna. Again, any level 20 plus Grineer mission will work, but for the sake of premeditative setup, it's worth taking into consideration the frame you kill your larva with, as depending on the frame you kill the larva will depend on the outcome of your Lich that will then chase you. Example, if you kill it with an Ember, you'll get a fire-based Lich. I'll have a handy little chart here that will demonstrate what the progenitor of the Lich will do to the Lich itself to be a bit more of a visual representation, but it's sort of a go figure with most of them. So the process from here is then pretty straightforward. With this patch, there are new items called Requiem Relics. These Requiem Relics will give you Requiem Mods, which are pivotal for fighting off the baddie Kuva Liches. The Requiem Relics are obtained from Kuva Siphon missions, which now handily appear on your alerts tab. The Floods will give you a 100% chance to give you one of the relics, or at least they damn well should be. It has been a little bit buggy since the inception, but hey-ho. And the Siphons have a 30% chance of dropping a relic. Once you have a relic, similar to the regular relic system, you need to sign up to the new tier 5 relic missions to unlock said relic, and then hopefully get one of your Requiem mods from it. Keep in mind, there are some other things in these as well, and I believe the Requiem mod is about a 20 to 30% drop chance from these relics. So yes, grind on top of grind. So far, we've had to farm a mission to give us the Lich in the first place, farm Kuva Siphons and Floods to get the relics, then farm relics to give us the Requiems. And now we need to farm some more to kill the Kuva Lich. Nothing changes, huh, Warframe? These Requiem mods, simply put, are like a code sequence that you'll be installing into your Parazon to kill your Lich. On your Parazon, you'll have 3 slots available from the Requiem mods, and the idea here is that in order to kill your Lich, you need to put these in the right order. And if you don't, well, your Lich performs its best imitation of a WWE move on your spine. Now, the order of these Requiem mods installed into your Parazon is completely unknown. To find out the order they need to be in, you need to obtain murmurs. You do this by going to the Kuva influenced missions on your star map that your Lich has taken over. Doing the Kuva influenced mission will spawn Kuva Thralls. Kuva Thralls. And executing these with your Parazon will then start giving Requiem Murmurs, which start to fill up the icon. Once filled, it will then reveal the name of the Lich's weakness. And then you know that appears somewhere in the order on the Parazon. So essentially, you're killing Thralls to fill up the icon. Once it's filled, you will have one of the Requiems denoted, and you know that's in the order somewhere. It's then up to rinse and repeat that to get the other 3 to then go in and by process of elimination determine which order they go in. Now, you can either try to grind and learn them all, but something I find quite useful is to casually farm the Thralls, but as you do so, go in with different Requiem mods equipped. As much alike as the old board game Mastermind, your Lich screen will show you the combination of Requiem mods you've used, which are successful or unsuccessful. So you can either brute force it with trial and error and hope you get the right combo. Although keep in mind, with this, every time you fail, the Lich will kill you and level up to level 5, which makes the process harder because the level of the missions are reflected by the level of the Lich, and once the Lich reaches level 5, the enemy are going to be in and around level 120, so be prepared. Or as mentioned, you can just farm out the Thralls, take it slowly and safely, and go the long route, and make sure you know which ones are ready for when you actually do try and face down the Lich eventually. Keep in mind, the Lich will randomly spawn in these missions. You don't have to fight them, but they will keep pestering you until you either die from them or kill them. One quick note is that the Requiem mods do have a usage. Each Requiem mod can be used to kill a Lich or capture a Lich up to 3 times, at which point you'll need to go and farm another one, because hey-ho, Warframe is about that grind, baby! So in short, the way this works is get Kuva Lich from level 20 missions. Step 2, farm the Requiem relics from Kuva Siphons and Kuva Floods. Step 3, farm the Requiem mods from said relics. And then step 4 is to farm Murmur or brute force your way through the Whispers to execute or convert your Kuva Lich. And the reward for all of this will be to either kill your Lich and obtain their unique weapon, which there is a variety of new weapons. And these lovely weapons are actually rather fantastic because much like the Paracesis, they can go up to level 40 once you've installed 5 Former into them, giving you extra mastery that you might have otherwise missed. Or you can convert them and then they'll disappear and, like a really disappointing spouse, randomly turn up and expect love and hugs, then to just disappear for another 5 years. Lots of farming, honestly, and I've seen tell that DE are adding ways to make the Murmur obtaining somewhat easier, and that maybe there will be additional ways of speeding up the process to be a bit more friendly rather than feeling like a monotonous grind. But hey, we'll see how things go. So that's about it, really. Lots of farming, lots of unnecessary grind. I do believe that from what I've been told that the Murmur obtaining is going to be made slightly more simplistic and straightforward in the future with some additional ways of getting Murmur by failing them. So every time you fail, you'll get points towards your Murmur. If you successfully get one, then you might even get more Murmur, and it will try and use all 3 of your equipped Parazon mods in an order for your first slot. And if it doesn't work, then you get more Murmur. Either way, there is advancements to be made here, and there are changes to make it a lot more enjoyable. So keep an eye on the news feed for Warframe as to what changes, because this is only a beginning stage to the Kuva Liches, let's face it. So that's about it for the Kuva Liches. Pretty cool, huh? If you have enjoyed the video, I'd love to know your opinions on these guys down in the comments below. And hey, if you got a really funny name of a Kuva Lich, please let me know, because my friend here, Jolban Zanif, would like to know their names. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like it, share it, subscribe, come by the Twitch stream so you can take part in these videos yourself and join the community, and I'll see all of you top hatters in the next video. Ta-ra!